Welcome back, traders, to the second recording of the day. Today is still the 12th of November 2024, and this is the part where we take a look at the USD or major pairs, and we're going to start with Euro USD. On Euro USD, here is what I am looking at. I was thinking this was going to be this crawl up for this possibly, but I later realized it wasn't taking the shape of an impulse that could, or the move that could come to that top, unless we have a significant correction here, and then I can think about this. So the question now is, are we having that correction there? Are we having a correction here, making this an impulse, making this? Are we having that correction here, or are we just coming down for this? Are we just coming down and going back for this, for one more down move before we finally start looking forward to getting this? That's the question. So this is right now what I can say, in the middle of nowhere. So just stay clear, see if it does this. If it breaks this low, you might just consider buying, because this could also be all the correction we get there, and this is the low and it goes back up for this. So I am definitely keeping my eyes on this one. GBP USD. And one thing I want to say is, even though I haven't really said this in all my recordings, I don't think I have, is if I say I am looking for a move to do this, that doesn't mean that it must do that. This whole thing can change in a couple of hours from now, and I will change or adjust my analysis depending on what I see the charts do. So that I said it will go up, come down, do this, do that, doesn't mean it will exactly do that thing I said. And for instance, I am looking at this coming up here, forming this to go down before we finally start looking at something like this. But again, it must not do exactly this. It can even come up here, make a flag, and continue. And if it comes up here, makes a flag, of course I will know it's going to go up, but I will not be there to bring the updates to you. And that is a one issue on the other end, and that may be solved with live stream, which is live streaming for you and with you guys. But that's by the way. So here is the thing: the market is not making any structure for you. It is not making anything for me. So I only forecast this based on what I have seen happen on the charts several times. Okay, that's if I've seen this before happen like this before, if I'm seeing it happening again, my assumption is that it will do same thing, and then I will wait to see if it does same thing. Because if this should move up here, of course it has formed a flat, and we're waiting for this move to come down some more before we start looking for whatever else we can look for. So you take the chart one piece at a time, all right? And what I am saying will happen on the chart is not mandatory that it will happen that way. But if it changes, of course I will adjust my analysis, and that's how I trade. So let's move on to, okay, I haven't done this one. Okay, maybe I should do it again. I'm waiting for that, and after that we'll see if we can get this move, or if this move is part of what has happened in the past, which is this. So but why I'm expecting this move is, even though it's not coming for this, it might just start a bigger correction, because this move is very corrective. So here is here is what we look out for. Or here are three options. It's either this move will finish what it is doing, come back for this move and go down. That's one option. Or this move is a part of this in the past, and this is just coming down to break the low, and after it breaks the low, it can form a correction to continue. That's the second option. The third option is that this move is also part of what has happened here. This one is a move on its own to come break the low, and after that we are then going to start a bigger correction somewhere around there. Okay, that after it breaks the low, we can then start a bigger correction somewhere here. So we don't know yet until he proves that, but I think we can get this being this, and then we can get this being this, and we can go. So keep your eye on that one, because I'm seeing it like that now happening. Seeing this coming here, making this whole correction, and this being just an impulse. So we see that, we know it's the downward continuation. Definitely we're going to see something like that. Let's keep our eyes on that one. NZD USD, this also will come down. Let's go to 15 minutes. This also will finish what it's doing here. You can see the arrow. It will come down for this move, and after that we might get this move, and after that, of course, you know, we are going to come down, and then we then really look at this whole thing, if it is part of what is happening here, and if that is part, then we'll continue this downward movement. But for now, let's not just extend this analysis and make it complicated. Let's focus on what is happening here for now, and after that we get this, and after that we then look for what next we're going to see, if we're going to get this or not. So for now, concentrate on your immediate trade. Just wait for this to finish, and you can of course sell according to your way of trading. This one also, you can see the arrow there, waiting for it to do this, and of course I'll sell it for this. Okay, this is AUD USD, and you know these moves will not complete today. Yeah, there's no way these moves will complete today, so we might just get this completed. We might get this an impulse, and on the correction of it to go up, they will end, and we'll switch over to another day, which is Asian section. That's coming up in about 24 hours from now. Yeah, so from now till then you can see clearly what this might become. That's the plan, and just wait for the trades to align with your plan or your analysis, and you can look for your entries. So if this should go up and give me this, I'll wait for an impulse and a flag to sell it for this move, and once it breaks this low, I'll be looking to take profit because it might go back. Okay, so moving on, USD card. I was actually eagerly waiting for this move to do this so I can sell. So but when it started moving, I was looking at it, I wanted it to get to this stop, so I placed my order here, but it went above into this. And here is one thing you need to consider. This might just be a part of this, or even a part of this, where we have a 1 2 3, then 1 2 3. So this move could be a move on its own going to break this top and maybe this top, and after that we're going to see this move. So keep your eyes on USD card. Any impulse you see and a correction, sell it, because it might just be coming for this move. Again, this is not a trade call meant for anybody. This is just strictly my own personal opinion and views and the way I trade the market. So don't assume I am making trade calls for you. USD JPY. This one is action word, and what you want to do right now is to avoid this for the meantime. Let it finish whatever it's doing there, and we can see if we want to buy or sell. But mostly I think it will come break this top. I think it will come break that top. That's what I'm thinking. So let's see what it forms here, or if we're going to combine all this together, and we'll see how it goes. USD CHF. This one I am looking for this move, and if you watched my analysis last week, you can see in one of the thumbnails, right, I used this. Even though it wasn't exactly like this, it was something like it will go up, come down, go up, making this complete, making this a 1 2 3, coming here, and then but it didn't happen that way. We didn't get that move first, instead we got this one first, and this one happens to be the most corrective amongst them all, which most likely makes it the heart of the whole correction. So we have an impulse, we have a correction, we have an impulse, and we have this impulse pending. So we might get this impulse any moment from now before we continue going up. So keep your eyes on USD CHF as well. Now let's add a bit of the GBP pairs. Let's go to GBP AUD. So GBP AUD, we have this correction from in here. It broke out and it might be heading up. I had this trend line and the line there, so I should put a pending order, but I left it because I didn't like the way this whole move looked. It looks very corrective to me, and if I had put my pending order there, I would have been tagged and the thing would drag me up. As you can see, completed this, came down, tagged below, and started going back up, and that would have been heading to my stop loss, which would have been here. And I'm seeing this from in here. Of course, I'll close before it gets here, so that would have been a loss. Anyways, I'm yet to figure out what this is forming. It's from the correction. Are we going back up? If we are, then after this correction, voila, we are going or heading back up. So keep your eye on this one too. Next is GBP card, forming a correction here to go down, and this will end up forming a bigger correction here. So here is what I am now looking for. This will come down, this will be the core correction. Remember, we have this, so we're going to have this making this, and remember we have this outstanding, so we're going to have this to complete this outstanding one, and then we can go. This now looks like it's the heart of the correction, so we're no longer going to get a simple correction like this and we're going up. No, this right here has made it complex. and we'll have to deal with all the corrections first before we can start that trend back. So we have to deal with the correction first before we can continue our trend, which is the buys. But here, this is a tradable range though. It's a tradable range. We can buy and sell within that range and make profits as well. GBP CHF. This one, I would advise you stay away from it. Yeah, it's making a correction here. Could go up, could do this, could come here, go back up, come down for this. So there are a lot of things that could happen here, and after that, remember, it will do this and it will come back for this. So there are a lot of things that could happen in here, so just stay away. It has not been clear since about a month now or so with all these things happening here, so just stay away. GBP and ZD. This whole thing looks corrective, which means we might still be heading back up. Looks very corrective. Looks very corrective, and after that we will be heading back up. And if we have this, we could have something like this, but then we could come back for this, unless this is a completion of this and can just complete that and start heading back up. But this could end up being something very complex based on the structure I am seeing presently. And I think I should add AUD pairs as well, so we can shorten the length of the other one. So this one, I told you to stay away until you get this move, and after you get this move, you're going to get this move. So now here is the thing, this move has a bigger correction in it than this one and this one. So this may end up becoming the heart of the correction, and we can see this go back up, see this before we continue the trend, or this is just it and we are coming back for this one, and we're going to head on after we complete that. Keep your eyes on it. AUD CHF. I don't have AUD card here. Yeah, I knew this was going to come down. I think I should take that trade right now, even though it's not going to go far. Yeah, I'm tempted to take it right now, but let me reanalyze if this is a possible flat here before I get myself into trouble. Yeah, but it broke out of the trend line and it's forming a correction, meaning that it could go down some more. But then here we have an impulse, we're having a correction, which indicates it could go up some more. So I know that this might end up forming a flat here. It might also end up forming this. So if it's forming this, I'm going to miss this trade. But if it's forming this, better for me, I might take this trade, but this one definitely I will. But in order for me to stay on the safer side, let me see what it does. And that should bring us to the end of this recording, though I am on this Euro JPY and GBP JPY trades here, and I think I should be in about 3 to 4k profits. Yeah, I think I'm in a good profit here. So let's see, our next recording will be the JPY pairs, so keep your eyes on that one. We're coming. Trade carefully, make sure you watch till the end, leave your comments, your likes, and share the video to anyone who cares to have the knowledge.